We are stronger together, harnessing the power of peer support for women entrepreneurs. I like this. We could tweak this to something like we are stronger together, the importance of power of peer support women entrepreneurs, right? Right, ladies and gentlemen, right about now, I'd like to call Miss Langa Lovu, who's going to be leading this particular panel of discussion.
What a beautiful performance. What a beautiful performance. Can you give her a round of applause? Good afternoon, ladies and more beautiful ladies. My name is Langan Dovu Surya, aka. I'm a media strategist and I'm here to lead the panel discussion. There's a lot of things that we have to be talking about right now. I mean, the moment you said we're stronger together, we're harnessing the power of peer support of women entrepreneurs. All I see here is brave brands. Every single person who decided to come today is a brave brand. And because you're a brave brand, imagine I have a little surprise for you.
Okay, with it,
I've got a surprise for you. No one is excited.
Come on, ladies.
So every single brave brand in this particular household right now is entitled to at least one free consultation with me, absolutely for free, for your own brand, whatever it is that you want to talk about. If you're ready to talk about your brand holistically without being shy and without holding back, this is the time to do it. And I'm the maddest strategist you'll ever meet. The best one you'll ever see. And I'm so excited to be able to work with all of you. And yeah, let's talk about.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please a round of applause for Miss Langa. I will leave you to the floor. Take over, my darling. Let me breathe a bit.
It's okay.
The floor is yours.
We start with spirituality. We start with wellness and a lot of different things that need us to be awake and aware of what we're supposed to achieve as women entrepreneurs in Africa, not just in South Africa. Talking about different things, every single woman has a different skill, right? Remember, we're talking about the power of peer support for women entrepreneurs. Every single woman has a different skill. Every single woman has a different talent. And all of those different skills and talents are going to be represented on this stage in as much as they're represented in this room. At this particular moment, I'd like to ask Mpo to let us know what you're thinking with regards to the theme. We're stronger together, harnessing the power of peer support of women, female entrepreneurs. How are you feeling about that? And tell us about the leadership and success stories you've had along those themes.
Okay. I just want to just dive into it because we really don't have enough time. I'm a conversational person. There is a motto that I go by. It's a Latin motto. It says, "Esse convidere," to be rather than to seem. This is something that I embody everywhere because I am pro people being as opposed to seeming. When you seem, you are playing support in your own storyline. You are not a leading role. Somebody else probably is leading in your own storyline because you are seeming. And you can never be authentic while you are seeming. You need to be. And while you are at it, it requires self-awareness. It requires self-management. It requires you to be able to pour into other people. And it brings me to another one that I also love the most, dismantling that mindset, the zero-sum mindset, where we are saying that you can never, ever be in a position where you live your purpose and you're not lifting other people as you rise. There is no way. There is absolutely no way. Because surely where you are, your craft and how you have been able to be where you are, it's because somebody prayed for you, maybe even in your absence, in your, when, in their own little corner space, somebody prayed for you. Somebody paid for you to be educated. Somebody bought your product. Because otherwise, then if you're doing it alone, go be a millionaire alone without us buying your product, buying your services. So you can never, ever be in a position of success if nobody is sipping from you. There's absolutely no way.
Such a beautiful way to say it. If no one is sipping from you, if we're speaking from that perspective, how much of yourself should you be giving away for people to sip on you if half of the time we're being told you can never pour from an empty cup? How much of ourselves are we supposed to be sipped on?
Okay. I said earlier on that you need to be self-aware. For you to know that I'm at a point where I need to retract and not release into the masses, you need to be self-aware. You need to know constantly what triggers you, so that if you are in spaces that are triggering you or in the presence of people that are triggering you, you are able to remove yourself so that you can go and replenish. And part of that works hand in hand with what? With management, where you manage your emotions, you manage your feelings, you manage your expectations, and you are able to adapt as you move along. Know yourself. It's very important. Nobody's ever in a space of success. And when I say success, I'm not saying success in my terms and conditions. I'm talking about success in your terms and conditions, because surely they're not the same thing, right? Mm-hmm. Surely they're not the same thing. You have your own way, your own context of what success is. So you need to constantly be saying, okay, this is the space that I'm in. I need to be controlling my feelings, my emotions. What do I think about this? What we are putting on the table. Is it something for me? And be in spaces where you also say, this is not for me. Part of being successful is knowing that it's not every little thing that is going to be for you. That goes for people. It's not everybody who's going to be for you. There are people who will not be for you.
There are people that are not going to be for you. There are people that are not, there are spaces that are not supposed to be for you. Absolutely. And it's okay to rest.
Absolutely.
And breathe for a second. I'm learning so much from you right now. Very intuitive, the way you speak. And I'm sure the other ladies have a couple of things to say as well. I mean, Natanya, being a woman in business, and it's a cleaning business. How have you been uplifting the women that have been working around you? Because remember, it's about peer support, and your business is not your business without the people around you. So how have you been giving peer-to-peer support to people that are either working with you, working for you, or working around you? We are clients here of yours, actually. So how have you been doing that?
So yeah, I always say that my business is not essentially me, and it takes me back to what you said. You can never be a millionaire, self-made millionaire. It is the company, it is the client, it is your staff that grow with you. And they twofold to it. So with your staff, you need to understand that they are basically what helps you grow. Because you're going to see my staff working and you're going to refer them. And how do I keep my staff happy? It's by helping them, training them, uplifting them, elevating them. Because for me, and I always say this to my staff, you are not just a cleaner. And your profession is that. You have specialized in it. So never ever think of yourself as just a cleaner. You are more than that. You are here to make this place look beautiful, hygienically clean, so that all of us can benefit from it. And with my clients, it's essential that we build a relationship of transparency and honesty. Because essentially, for me, Facility Master is not a business that I gave birth to, was my go-to quick rich scheme. It was for me to say, I have found a need in the market, and I have seen that I can do things differently as opposed to the current standing leaders in the market. But what am I doing differently? I'm providing you with a proper service, with an efficient service as my client, and I'm still giving you an affordable pricing that's giving you the opportunity to keep your doors open and still have a clean business. And I'm also creating jobs for people who actually do need them. And that's the reality of life. We're sitting with a high unemployment rate. And a lot of us need to understand that you grow with your staff. So yes, essentially for me it is training, uplifting, and ensuring my staff are happy.
So while you're on that, I have a very quick question. You are talking about how to build a purpose-driven business. How are you able to do that without necessarily having issues with turnover, for example?
So initially, what you need to understand is, what is the purpose of your business? Segment yourself in that market as such that this is what I need to do and what is avoiding you from getting there. And then a lot of it is financial strain, a lot of it. And then you need to now go look at what are your options out there. Funding.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of fundings. And if I may, can I just refer to my notes that I've made? So with regards to funding, you've got CIFA, you've got IDC, you've got, there's something that I just learned about recently. There's a new Lula lens. So they pay your invoices for you, and obviously you got to pay them back. But it just pushes things down the line that makes you have capital in your business. Then you look at terms, payment terms with your suppliers. So you're now knocking off you having to put in that funding, but you're still growing your business, essentially.
I hope that this is I think this is it's a ngobe to the founders of Sips to Success. Ngobe means like it's a tag to say, in as much as we're speaking about funding, how about this becomes the community that creates that funding and pushes that funding to people that actually need it? Is that something we can do? Just thinking out loud. Just thinking out loud. Thank you so much, Natanya, for sharing. Ma'am, you prayed. You almost cried. I felt something when you were praying, and I felt like you were coming from a very grateful and a very peaceful space. Tell me more about how you can keep that intact, particularly if you're navigating business and navigating entrepreneurship, and with all the things that happen with women in general, the stigma, the whole incompetence issues because of gender verities. Like, should I even go in there with the chauvinism and whatever? Not, there's no men here in it. But how do you keep strong, and how do you keep your faith alive in a space like that?
Thank you. First of all, I'd just like to bring the obvious to the house. A human being is in four folds. There's the physical, your body. There's the mental, your mind. There's your soul, and there's your spirit. And in business, we like to dress up, which means that we are covering our physique, right? We prepare, we go to trainings, we do all of that. So we cover the mental. Sometimes, God, can I please just get that a gig? But are we spiritually connected? And as a woman, do you understand why are you even going through your periods 13 times in 365 days? Do you understand the element that you are in at that time? Just like in the physique, there's the short ones, there's the chubby ones, there's the slender ones. Even in spirit, we don't connect the same. Sometimes you say spirituality, people think religion. It's how you connect with nature. And even in business, when you enter that room, as your physique enters, as your mental enters, your spirit swiftly enters. But if you're not intact or in line, you'll end up being frustrated, signing wrong deals, entering into traps that you're not supposed to enter into. So I would just like to say, let's raise that consciousness. What grounds you? What connects you? Whatever it is, it shouldn't keep you grounded. So for me, to answer your question, every day when I wake up with gratitude. I'm thankful, I'm grateful, I'm enough, I'm content, and I'll succeed because I am success.
I think you should say that again so that people can say it with you, because I think there's a lot of mantras that we forget. Sometimes we forget. I have a thing, when I'm feeling like work is a little, or maybe I'm a bit overwhelmed, I go into the bathroom and I look into the mirror and I say, "Listen, Kelly, we don't cry here. You are here to do what you're supposed to do. Wipe those tears, smile, you're beautiful, you're courageous, you're everything. So say those mantras so everyone can learn them. I think everyone should, because everyone needs a mantra to what? To work with. Otherwise, what are you doing? How are you expressing yourself? And how are you going to self-actualize if you're not going to be able to pamper yourself with words that will give you the affirmation you need to go through the day?
Let's deal with affirmations. I can say it with them and say, I'm grateful, I'm beautiful, but do they believe it? Do they believe it? Because you need to tap into that. You need to believe it. When you look at yourself, I remember there's one of the sayings that Dr. Maya Angelou used to say, when you enter a room, you don't enter alone. In science, they call it energy. There's an energy in this room. In religion, they will call it the spirit, the Holy Ghost. Those that are in tapped with African spirituality, they'll, whatever it is, but you have to believe into that. We can say, I'm grateful, I'm beautiful, I'm that, but if they've not tapped into it. But one thing I can say is that the energy in this room, it's a collective energy. I'm feeling it. Everybody in here is feeling it. We all have that hunger. We want to learn. We want to sip into this.
Sip, succeed, and repeat. Maybe let's say that together. Sip, succeed, repeat. I can't hear you. Sip, succeed, repeat. For people that have had some tea, sip, succeed, repeat. For people that had quiche with what's inside, sip, succeed, repeat. While we're on that, how can leaders create a supportive culture of mentorship and collaboration within their organizations? I mean, everyone here is representing an organization or two. So how can leaders create a supportive culture of mentorship and collaboration within their organization and within the female entrepreneurial space?
I like that question, Langa. And I'll keep going back to saying that it all starts with you as an individual, right? Ask yourself this question. Will I want to be led by me? Will I want to be led by me? Will I want to report to me? Will I want to be me's friend? And essentially, that's where you start. Because you cannot go and be a leader elsewhere if you have not mastered self. It all starts with you. And I absolutely love that we did not come to talk about business without understanding the spirituality, because like what she said, we are an embodiment of that. And at the end of the day, if you don't understand yourself, you will be angry at the people who did nothing to you. You will fail to support the people whom you were put here on earth to come and support. You will fail to be a business that delivers where you are supposed to be planting and delivering to, right? So ask yourself that question. And as the conversation is taking place, gauge by the time you leave that door, where are you? Are you still in the space where you cannot be yours leader? And build yourself on that. Can we be leaders that invest in ourselves? We want to go to bed and wake up leaders without putting in the work. We cannot not put in the work. We cannot not invest in ourselves and expect other people to come and buy our products and other people to come and invest in us without investing in ourselves. Are you the type of friend that says, yo, friend, I am praying for you. I am praying for you to succeed. And yet an opportunity speaks into that success and you hold off onto it. If you are all of that, surely you are at the wrong space, the success space, right? Surely you are at the wrong space, the success space. Be the type of leader, I said, that when you rise, you also rise with other people. And being part of that, you define it for yourself. I loved when she said repeat it and you didn't repeat it, because in my heart, I was like, no, her mantra surely cannot work for me. I must go and figure me out. I can build on what she said. I can learn from what she said and then go into a space where I figure me out and go build on what me is all about, right? When we talk about dismantling the zero-sum mindset, I always want to circle back. When we talk about that, we're talking about people who are saying, instead of me giving you a fish every day, come, let's walk together. Let me go show you how to fish. Let me go show you how to fish. Because yours is a cleaning service. Yours, it's in you teaching me how to make sure that spiritually I am connected where I'm supposed to be connected so that I don't fall where I'm supposed to be standing, right? Yes, it's in me teaching you how to fish because there's a power struggle in that. When you don't know how to teach people how to fish, it means that you've got problems with power. Your relationship, your connection to power, it's toxic. There's a lot of toxicity there. Because if you cannot teach me how to fish and you always want to give me a fish, you are toxic. You must teach me how to do it so that when you rise, I rise with you. So that you and I and go and collaborate. So that when Natanya comes to clean, I come and what's this? Bring food and feed people or DJ there or sing and provide entertainment. That's what it should look like. If it doesn't look like that, toxic.
Yes, as you literally, when I hear you say that, I always say to my friends, everyone has got a different talent. I did say earlier, everyone has got a special, different light, a glimmer that is special to you. It's how then you're able to be supported with that, so you can also support other people's glimmers. You cannot support another glimmer if the other people are not supporting yours. And how does that little spark become a wildfire if all we're doing is putting it down? So very beautiful that you said that, because we have to understand as women that we can never be good at everything. Mina, I cannot dance to save me. Like, 2 left feet, I jump this way, the song goes that way, and it's okay. But in an instance where a situation like this, of course, I'm gonna let people that know how to do it do it, because that's how we grow, that's how we support each other, that's how we collaborate. Remember, everyone has got a different strength, everyone's got a different spark. I believe in a lot of star power and sparks and stuff like that, and I always like to look for the spark in other people. And I hope as you're looking around the people that you have around you right now, you can see the spark in theirs when you look into their eyes. I'm gonna go to you quickly. How do you balance taking risks with regards to entrepreneurship without messing around with your business financial stability? You talk a lot about funding. So how do you take risks within a business without messing up the business's financial stability? I'm sure a lot of people want to go through that, especially after COVID.
The funny thing is, I started my business in COVID. But yeah, how do we manage this? So you essentially need to understand, what are you taking that risk for? And is it a required risk? So you've got to do a calculation in your in your masterpiece, like, okay, this is what I want to do and this is how I need to get there. And then you got to look in between, is it really required? Because very often as a business or entrepreneur, we think, oh no, I want to be like that business and I want to be like this business, and automatically that becomes your risk. So you need to be calculated. You need to think, make calculated decisions. Am I spending this money and am I going to get a return on it? And if you're not, then don't. I always say no business is better than bad business. So you've got to be calculated in taking your risk. So you also got to look at, I'm getting this funding. What are you expecting from me? Because nothing comes for free these days. Every funding has a clause to it. Is it really realistic for me to take this and do this? And is it going to build my business? Or is it just going to be me paying X amount of money for so many years without any guarantee? So calculated risk is very important.
Thank you so much for sharing. It leads me straight to asking about intuition, as she's talking about knowing, how to calculate. You need to calculate your risk. How are you able to be that intuitive, then what is your advice to women that are trying to do all of these things? Then how can we be actively and intentionally intuitive about the decisions we make as business women? How would we do that from your angle?
I like what Natanya said when she said nothing's for nothing. It's the same thing with being in touch with your intuition and your gut. When you are in a wrong space or when you are doing something wrong, something just below your belly button tells you get out. But we don't want to listen to it because it whispers. We listen to this one, the mental, the one that wants to make sense. No, but it's money. But she just said nothing goes for nothing. And if you are truly in touch with your intuition or your gut, during the day you'll be fine. At night she will come, remind you again. You'll keep on tossing and turning. And if you look back on the decisions that you've taken in your life, I'm sure some of us, if not all of us, there are times where we say we should have listened to her. She comes in I'm saying this because we are in a feminine space. She comes in simple terms like you want to drive, but something just can't get you out of the house. You don't know where you put your key. You don't know what to close, and immediately when you pass there, there's just been an accident. It's the same thing in business. When you enter in that boardroom and something says, we can't shake on this still, listen to it. Don't rush. There is that one that when it's yours, it will become. They'll call you. They'll search for you. They'll look around and they will find you. So let's not rush. Let's just try and listen to that. And also to strike that balance of intuition. Deal with your physique. Remember, in these 4 dimensions, you shouldn't have one dominating the other. When you you are suppressing one of them. And unfortunately for us, we always suppress the spirit because it's silent. It's silent. So have your fasting days. Science will tell you that when you fast, you are building cells into your body. This body that you have is not the body that you had last year. Every day, your cells are building. If you go without food for 24 to 48 hours, you are building new cells. The white cells are rejuvenating. Allow your body to do that. And as your body does that, just paint this picture for you. Your body is a system. Every day in this company, we are digesting. The brain is like, digest. Imagine when there's no food to digest. And they are calling, we're digesting. The brain's like, no, we are not. The stomach is relaxed. Other parts are like, by the way, when last did we rejuvenate the skin? Can we build on that liver? By the way, the hair, we've been neglecting the hair because their whole function is not now on digestion, which is why even when you gain weight as a woman, it goes in this area because it wants to protect the area that is busy in your life. Can you not? Okay, I'm just trying to make this as memorable as possible. So once you put a stop on, a pause, Yanna, on some of those things, you rebuild. As you rebuild, your brain also rebuilds. And as it rebuilds, your spirit is like, everything is calm. Can I calm now? For those that are Christians will understand even from the scriptures that for him to connect with Father, he had to starve himself countless of times so that that spirit can come. But if the body is busy, it cannot be called. So if we can just be cautious of that and try to balance that and listen to that intuition. When it says it's not it, most of the times, if not all of the times, it's really not it. And what's yours will come to you.
What a beautiful message. I think a big round of applause for the ladies that are on the panel today. Big round of applause, guys. We've got so much insight. At this moment, I'd like to open the floor for questions. If there's anyone who's got any questions for any one of the ladies on the panel or myself, please show by a raise of hand so we can get a mic to you. You look like you have a question. Okay.
So long it's